What's up, guys? It's Aaron here. I'm going to go up to Edinburgh Fringe in August for my first show, and I can't wait. But before I do that, I need to preview the show up and down the country. So I've added a bunch of work in progress dates. Manchester's already on sale. Some of the others might be as well by the time this goes out. All the links are going to be in the description. Liam's going to join me for some of them. It's dead small rooms, dead cheap tickets. It's going to be loads of fun. Come down, let's have a laugh. I'll see you there. We've both been on energy drinks, so this is going to be a bit of a mad one. No, I wanted this. This is awful.
You've got more dick inside you than you've ever known. Did you fucking see that? Spider-Man just did a flip. It's a different world though, man. It is a different world.
That might be my biggest fantasy ever. It's been 11 minutes. Look at you, looking all tan. Someone's been on his jollies.
Well,
it's exciting.
been away again, haven't I?
Where'd you go? Talk us through it. Tell me.
Sunny Amsterdam.
Yeah,
which is pretty much the same as the UK's been sunny. It's just the same weather.
I'm also quite tanned on my back.
But I'm like too fit. I don't know if you can tell. It's uneven. I'm like more tan on that side than the other. I never burn evenly.
It's unrealistic for the sun to get full coverage of you, though, isn't it?
No, lad, I'm exposed. I'm all out.
No,
it's because I stay stationary and the sun moves around me throughout the day. By the time it gets there, it was cloudy.
Yeah. So you've been to Amsterdam?
Yeah, been the damn man I kid. Belter merch and that, yeah.
Red light district?
Red light district, baby.
You're in the red light district?
Yeah.
Well, how is your mash? You all right?
Yeah, she sounds, yeah. Put us up.
So stupid.
Amsterdam is a city known for its vices. So
you sound like you're introducing a documentary about the gangs in Amsterdam. Amsterdam, is it like a property agent? Don't you like a place in the sun?
What?
Stephanie and Linda are a lesbian couple looking to relocate to Amsterdam. I'm here on the beautiful isle of where is it? Czech Republic?
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
Yeah, it's Netherlands, but I like to say Netherlands. That's my accent. They put a little sh on everything.
Put a little stank on it.
Dutch.
Yeah.
Dutch.
Yeah.
But this the reason why I'm addressing the camera like this. put a little stank on it.
Just real quick, I feel like we need to address the fact we've just recorded an episode with Harriet Dyer.
No, we haven't.
We have. This one might go out before, might go out after. We'll see how whatever. But we've both been on energy drinks and we're both fucking delirious. This is going to be a bit of a mad one.
Yeah. Yeah, I got back last night. Did a full shift this morning because, comedy's going well. I've still got a full-time job. And that's why I'm doing this disclaimer, because Amsterdam is a city filled with vices. And anything that I say on this podcast is not true and did not happen. Okay, if my employer ever sees this. It didn't happen.
I love the idea that you think your employer hasn't got enough of you at work and would like to watch you sit in a bedroom for an hour every week.
Just tugging it like that.
Oh, no, whoa, cut that.
So when we got to the damn lad, put the bags in, and I wanted to sample the local delicacies.
Did you not take it with you?
What, the bag? The old ball and chain? Them women in it. I went, lads. I went, I dropped the bag. We went to the hotel, we checked in, dropped the bags off, and I was like, I want to eat space cake. This is not a true story.
Liam Tuffy wants to eat cake. There's a fucking shock.
So I was like, let's go into it. Let's go into a coffee shop, and we go into a coffee shop, and mate Rebecca was stood there like she was.
You got any vegan one?
No, she was stood there like she was wearing a wire. She was just like that. Like it was like okay. The first thing in Amsterdam she seen was the inside of a coffee shop, and she was just super uncomfortable like that. I ordered the cake. I ate it. It takes a couple hours for the cake to sort of seep in. I said to Rebecca, I was like, I want to play a game here. I want to see if I can go half an hour with the cake being kicked in without you noticing. So if I do anything stupid or say anything stupid,
suppress the urge of the cake.
No,
suppress what you you had the cake for a reason, and you just decided to suppress all of that.
Not suppress, just see if I can go without saying anything stupid. Do you know what I mean? Just
right.
And if I do, call me out.
That's tricky when you've not had the cake.
Exactly. That's why it was a challenge for me. So it was like
imagine that it just went the opposite way and the cake just made you really like
reset me. So what is on the itinerary today, darling? And So I was like, if I can go half an hour, I'll tell you it's kicked in for half an hour and I win. But if I say anything stupid and you call me out on it, you win. And I lost the game when I was looking at the sky, the nice blue sky, and I saw a bird fly past, and I was just thinking, isn't it mad that they can fly and we can't? I'd love to fly, me. And then I thought, and I said out loud to Rebecca, hey, do you know when we look at birds and we think, I wish I had wings? Do you reckon they ever look at us and think, I wish I had legs? And she went, they do have legs. The cake's kicked in on it. I was like, yeah, this cake's kicked in.
I won't mind, but you've ate so many chicken legs. You've ate so many. Like, I'm not saying a bird is a chicken, but like you've ate so much poultry leg in your life. But you fucking idiot.
Just majestic, aren't they? Majestic creatures. But mate, beautiful, beautiful city, and it's mad the juxtaposition of like the nice canals.
Great word for Harry Mack.
Gorgeous, yeah. You know, juxtaposition, intuition. Everybody sit in position. I rhyme the word position with position. Yeah, we're delirious, baby. It's a mad one.
What rhymes with sky? Sky.
The canals are very beautiful. The trees are green. The city's nice. And then,
all right, Louis Armstrong.
I see trees are green. Have you seen, little side note,
trees are green?
Have you seen the video of a fella on like a Japanese Stars in Your Eyes doing that song, What a Wonderful World, in full blackface? Full blackface. And it's like, but he's like
maybe he had a filter on.
He's a Japanese guy. No, this is not a filter. This is
Inkwell.
And he's got broken English as well. So it's just a combination of just racial disaster. Google it. Anyway, you asked about the red light district. I've been to Amsterdam before, 10 years ago. Lads. Do you know what I mean? The juxtaposition
Did you have a story of your mate losing his virginity to a prostitute?
No, and no one lost their virginity to a prostitute. I may have indulged in a red window or two.
Yeah, but who do I know that lost their virginity to? I don't know. Carry on. It's obviously not you, so it doesn't matter.
But yeah, it was a different vibe than going with your wife. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my brain has changed a lot in that time. I'm looking at the... So, like, I remember I was bigging it up to Rebecca.
Put some clothes on. That's chilly.
I was like, there's a peep show on the red light district. Like, there's a peep show. You go in, and it's like a fucking...
Richard Ayoade's there. No, that's the IT crowd, isn't it?
Wrong sitcom, dickheads. Right. It was Channel 4, I'll let you know. There's like a bunch of booths around like a bed that's spinning round in the centre. And each of those booths, you put like €2 coin in, and it like switches the window on and you can see into the centre. And when I went with my mates, we were like, oh, peep show, what's this? We go in, put €2 in, and there was like a stripper in the centre. And I can just see my mate straight across from me because we all went in different booths. I can just see my mate straight across from me, and I just get my tits out in the window, and I'm like rubbing my nipples like that across the way from him, and he's laughing his head off. And the stripper like sees him smiling, and she's like, oh, hi, hello, Mr. Smiley Face. Like wanders over to him, spreads her ass in front of him, and he's just going, do you know what I mean, lads. And then I go in with me missus. We go in the same booth, obviously, because I don't...
Did Bet get her titties out?
No, did she?
What a fucking gimp.
We were in the same booth. We were next to each other.
Oh, okay.
We put the €2 in, and Rebecca just felt dead claustrophobic and was panicking before the €2 even went in. And mate, it was just a woman lying on this bed, just lying face down, like she was a kip, but just fucking like shaking her ass, like this.
Okay, right, good.
Imagine, ignore the Crocs.
No one.
Ignore the Crocs.
No one wanted this. No one wanted this. No one wanted this. No one wanted this. This is awful. No one wanted this.
Put that behind a paywall. Like, comment, subscribe. And it was just about it, lad.
I don't know what's put me up more. The fact that I didn't want to see that, or the fact the recoil on that touch was fucking.
Recoil. You can bounce a fucking pound off it, lad. But yeah, it was depressing. I'm just watching it. I was like, that's just sad.
That's the teaser.
Me just humping the table. The thing is, Rebecca will see that teaser and go, he's talking about the peep show.
I'm gonna cut from us going, we've already done an episode and we've had loads of monsters, things might get delirious. And then no, I wanted this. No, just you fucking.
It looks like I'm shagging the table as well. Yeah. I've got Crocs on. Oh, fucking hell. And the listeners and the fucking viewers are like, what are they even fucking laughing at? He's a fucking 32-year-old man shagging
Liam
the
had a
table.
space cake about 30 minutes ago.
It's mad. So yeah, but the red light district itself has changed in 10 years. It was fucking booming, and I don't know whether it was just because it was like a nice weekend.
Yeah.
This was during the day we did that. I went for a drink, and then as it got like later at night, we were like, let's go have a look around properly, the red light. And it was heaving so much they introduced a one-way system where you're just like going around the canals. And mate, like some of those fucking women in the red windows are business women. They know how to fucking get men in. One was leaning on the window like that with the shiniest tits I've seen in my life. Which, you know from Pokemon cards, if something's shiny, you want it, don't you?
Hashtag Mewtwo. It's been 11 minutes.
She just had lubed up oily tits with like black X's, and she was just leaning on a wall like this, just going, just jigging them at the customers.
I hate this so much.
It was insane. It's another world. But we're going round, we're looking in every window, and yeah, I did feel sad. Like when I was younger, it was proper like, oh my god, this is boss, like a kid in a candy shop. I did feel it was quite depressing.
50 Cent.
I'll take you to the. It was quite depressing. I thought, I did feel like, I know it's the job, and obviously they're happy to be there, and some of them will be making bank, and you see some of them who you can tell are like in good spirits, and then you see others who you can see are just like fucking checked out. Can't be asked. Like any job.
Like dead behind the eyes, like a war veteran.
Or just on the phone.
Seeing some shit.
Asked. Yeah, can't be asked trying to get them in.
Playing Bejeweled. Yeah, just put it in.
But yeah, basically. And
I take you to the Candy Crush.
But we couldn't I was looking in. I was just curious. I was looking in every window, and so was Rebecca. We were both looking in, and a couple of them clocked me and her looking in, and we're going, do? Well, I'm putting an accent on. I couldn't hear them through the window. But they were like trying to...
From Barnsley.
Two. And yeah, we were just looking in, and I'm thinking, oh, this is sad. And then one just like fucking smiled at me. And I was just turned into...
Got all a chocker.
But I'm holding my wife's hand, and I went... like went dead bashful. I was like, she's just fucking... And I was apologising because I literally had smiled back. I was like, she just looked dead pretty and normal, not like all fake with like the lip filler, and she just looked like a nice...
What's wrong with that?
I mean, if you like it, that's fine.
What's wrong with that, Liam?
But I like all natural. Do you know what I mean? Au natural. Eau de natural.
You want them to stink?
yeah. Pheromones and that. But lad, I went a bit fucking weak at the knees. I was like, and I was going to
Was
Rebecca.
Beck fuming?
No, she was so cool.
Oh, okay, different. Okay.
My apology was making it weird. I'm apologising over and over again. She's like,
okay, would she go in though? Would she
fuck?
Do a little 2-on-2? No.
Would she fuck? Because she wouldn't want to pay for it. No, she wouldn't.
Fucking hell. Won't show the tight ass because she is one.
It's a different world though, man. It is different world.
That might be my biggest fantasy ever.
What, two for two? Lad, you can barely please one woman, let alone two. What are you on about? Would the pressure not destroy you?
No.
Come on.
I just love the idea of Beth just being like, yeah.
But you love the idea of it, but the reality, lad, is that then you've got to please two of them, and it's hard work pleasing one. I can do it. Some might even say I'm good at it, and by some I mean like, Rebecca, and she has to because she's my wife. But like,
I don't think I would be like pressured to like please the girl. No, because like I just go like I'm not going to. She's fucking getting rattled like 10 times a day.
Oh, I'm not talking about a prostitute.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like walking down the red light district and Beth goes, yeah
that's a fantasy.
Like the spontaneity of just like, I'm not really asked about this fucking, oh yeah, should we go on a website and find someone and we'll book it in the calendar for in 6 weeks time. Like that's not as exciting as just walking. Yeah, fuck it.
Going in.
Don't call it.
Like she stood like, next to you. Yeah. Fuck it.
But like just the idea of just walking past and she goes, yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
Oh no! Well, we saw a couple of like young girls coming out of a room. So 2 girls together had gone in with the prostitute and came out a bit stumbly, but they were a bit like they seemed quite drunk. Do you know, like the way they were walking and stuff? And that's what made me think like, is that like they're
still transactional, isn't it?
That's what I mean. It's a transaction, so like, isn't it? So, but then there's going to be a lot of drunk men and drunk women going in. Like, at what point where's the... is there a predator in these situations, is what I'm thinking? Or is it because it's a transaction, is it all like...
Like, I don't know, it's a fucking grey area, isn't it?
It's weird.
But like, I imagine like, obviously if I always get like, if I ever go on a night out with Beth and then I see a fucking bloke taking a girl back and she's steaming and he's clearly alright, like, I always go, fucking hell. But like, if someone told me, oh, the woman gave him 300 quid to go back.
Yeah.
Suddenly I'm not as, do you know what I mean? Like the transactional bit of it makes me go, okay, yeah, she's clearly into it. She just paid £300.
Yeah, there's financial gain.
Yeah. But, I mean, I've never been. And I'm annoyed that you've made it deep.
No, come on. We cover tough topics here.
Yeah.
I mean, if it makes
topics.
Tuffy's topics back again due to popular demands from no one. But I did do my dad tourist thing. I went to museums and whatnot. Went to a sex museum.
Okay.
And they
well, that's standard, isn't it? We did that in Barcelona and Prague and stuff.
But I mean, it's Amsterdam, innit? It's all fucking seedy sex stuff in it. You think like a sex museum in Amsterdam. They had this section where they had a bunch of like photos, both that were produced for sale and were like private from the 1920s to like the 70s of just nudes. But like I'm talking like full penetration. Yeah. But like it's like Victorian
I've seen
looking.
Something that's similar in Barcelona, yeah.
But the women are like on the back, like. But the way they posed for photos back then, wasn't it? People are just.
Well, the one in like Prague or which it was either Prague or Barcelona. I get confused because I was lucky enough to go to both in a short time. But they had like porn films like you could go in and watch. Like they just had a constant run of it from like the 1920s or whatever. I don't fucking know, 30s, 40s. And I can't tell you how insane it was. Like it was just a guy, like he's just got like a woman's tit and he's just going like that, like dead aggressively.
Doesn't know what to do with it.
No, but it, like it's just so weird. Try and find it, Google it. Like just types whatever in you need to. Like
in
I was sat there,
2023, if you type "man rubs tit,"
no, but like try and find like the first porn films ever made. Like they're just so fucking weird. Like it's so unrealistic. Like it just doesn't make any sense, and like all the positions are so weird and stuff. Like it's just really fucking odd. Yeah. And like she comes, that's never happened to me. Like it's just like there's so much, just so unrealistic.
But it did get me thinking, seeing all these old photos, especially the private ones. Like, could you imagine Nana's died and you're clearing out her things and you go in the loft and you find this stack of Polaroids. And would you give that to a fucking museum? Let alone, I'd burn it, me. I'd burn it.
Well, it's porn, isn't it? Like, it was like 1920s, 30s, 40s porn.
No, I'm talking like
it's not like they've just made this, like it was high production value. They've made this as
not what I'm talking about.
Okay.
They had ones which were done for sale, which were like a studio back then. And then there was like private ones and it labelled them like for private. So these are instances where they've just found Nana and Grandad fucking spit roasting a little Filipino boy and they're putting me on fucking. It was going off in the fucking 1920s, mate. They had all types of sex, bumming, left, right, and centre.
Missionary, mad bastards.
Yeah, there was missionary. I'm talking missionary. No, there was like fucking Pete in Vag. It was odd to see. And it made me feel sad about my penis because I'm like, oh, I'm seeing fat cocks here. Fat cock after fat cock after fat cock. We went to Bodyworks Museum. Body World. Do you know what that is? Well, let me educate you, Aaron.
Okay, good.
Dr. Gunther van Hagen invented this procedure known as plastination. Have you ever heard of it?
No.
You take a corpse and you remove it of its skin and all of its fluids, and you replace those fluids with a plastic, like a soluble plastic, that fills the spaces the water left. I just threw a word in to make it sound intelligent. I don't actually know. And basically, it looks fake, but it's a real dead body. And they put them in all sorts of poses so you can learn about it. But I'm such a child. I'm just giggling at all the dick and balls. I'm like, these are dead people, skinless people. The dicks and balls are hanging on all of them. And I'm giggling, but I'm also thinking, why has everyone got a piece? But then we get a further in, and it fucking dawns on me, because I've seen a number of dicks at this time. I'm looking at it from root to stem. The balls are down here. The hang's not that big. It goes up further inside you. It's called the penile root. And it's a third of your dick's length is inside you.
So I got more dick inside me.
You've got more dick inside you than you've ever known. Unleash that potential, lad. Unleash the potential. Unlock your dick.
So if she ever says deeper, then I know what to do, don't I? Just start chiseling away at me fucking.
Do you reckon that's how you do the penis extensions? You just cut a bit of skin back and push it further to the root?
I don't know. Is penis extension a real thing?
We talked about it a while back. I was watching a documentary called My Massive Dick, and they were talking about penis. Oh, that was reduction, actually.
Yeah.
Extension. They showed a guy was like, oh, it's a serious problem having a big fat dick.
Yeah,
I really need to do something about it. And they were showing him the pictures, and all you could see was Blair and like gore. Joe passed the Blair, and he was going like, Fast forward to a couple of days later. Yeah, I've been mulling it over. It's something really serious to consider. I'm going to have a telephone consult with the doctor. Ring. Yeah, I don't think it's for me. Yeah, of course.
I do remember you saying, but then when you just said pictures, then I just had like an image of like him picking his new dick. Do you like in a barbershop when they've got all the pictures on the wall? He's just like, do you want this one? It's got a fade.
In North Korea, it's just one dick.
You can't have that one. It's a different colour.
Yeah. You can be anything you want to be.
You about to eat a Snickers on the pod?
I'm hungry, lad. We've done a double record. It's melted in my pocket.
Oh, of course it has. It's very warm in here.
It has melted in my pocket.
Put it away, you fucking...
I'm hungry, baby.
Can you not chew it into the mic then? Because...
Well, I've got chocolate on my lip now.
Oh, God.
It's going to fuck with continuity.
It's all good. I had a very different weekend to you.
I do tell.
Yeah. I did not have the weekend you had. Regular listeners of the pod will know that when we moved into this new studio, we were, I guess, approached. When we first moved into it, we sort of put a little disclaimer on the episode, just sort of saying, like, let us know how it is, how it looks, how it sounds, all that good stuff. And a guy got in touch. He was called Matt Staley Harrison, and he basically just gifted us some soundproofing and like sound. What's it called? Deadening? I don't know.
Quiet and then. It was too melty. I have to put it all in.
Okay, good. You're a fucking tramp, you are.
Sorry, sweet listener.
I fucking hate you. Anyway, point being, he gifted us some stuff to make the pod sound as good as it does, which is probably terrible right now because you're getting all these chomping and chafing and fucking snickering.
Don't say that word slowly.
Snickering?
It was a bad joke. Carry on.
Yeah. Just you eat your chocolate and shut up.
Cut
that. Anyway, point being, Matt got married on Friday.
Congratulations.
Yeah. I'm very happy for him. He's a lovely bloke. Met him for... I didn't know this. He'd seen me before. The reason he knows about the pod is because he saw me do a gig in Barnsley.
Oh, sick.
And yeah, he followed
The place
me
where the
from there.
laughter went to die. No, I'm only joking. I like Barnsley.
Mate, I fucking roof that gig.
Yeah, was that the comedy...
Comedy shop, yeah.
Yeah, it was great. I've done that.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's still there.
Yeah,
By the by. But anyway, so he started following me for that, and he wanted me to do a show at his wedding. And I tried to tell Matt, like, just put the money behind the bar. It's like they never really go well. Like, just because you're a fan doesn't mean you're anti-Jonies. Blah 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 blah. But he was like, no, I still want to go through with it, and you know, like I think they'll like it, and you know, it'll be a good time. So I was like, right, well, if I'm doing it, I want to bring a couple of comic mates with me, and I brought Harry Stacchini and Carl Porter, both class comics. Obviously, Harry's done an episode. Carl will be doing an episode at some point soon, I would imagine.
You got no choice, lad. Like he's watching.
Yeah, he's not. So I went down and did his wedding, and I was obviously warning him about like it's just not gonna work. Like if there's kids there and stuff, it's just gonna be tricky. Like we're not gonna be able to do the stuff that we can't say the things that we want to say. You've got to really like tone it down. Like it'll be so much cheaper if you just came and saw me in a club. Like it'll cost you 15 quid. This is costing you redacted. So like it's just not like it's just.
That's
anyway.
good though. You being realistic.
Yeah. But obviously he still wanted to go through with it, and I went down there, and he's such a cool guy, man. He's so fucking generous. Like we got there, and he was just like, whatever you want to drink, it's all on me. Help yourself to any of the food. I took his wedding cake.
What a guy though.
But oh man, the gig was ropey.
Well, I'm not surprised. It was a wedding. It's not your day.
So we decided that Harry would go on first. I'd go on in the like we just did an hour between the three of us. We decided Harry would go on first.
An hour.
Yeah, 20 minutes each, yeah.
At a wedding, that's quite long.
Yeah. We took up literally, wow, what's the maths on it? Fucking 6% of his day, 7% of his day, or something, 5% of his day. Fucking shut up.
You got lost in the maths there, didn't you?
But we took up a lot of his beautiful day. And yeah, we decided Harry would go on first. And like, there's just kids everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, it was like a sketch. Do you know what I mean? Like, because obviously you go to a wedding and like, if they've got kids there, usually it's just like one or two. This had more kids than adults. It was so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, there was so many fucking kids. His wedding was fucking class as well. Like, it looked so good. Like, proper posh hotel.
Nice venue.
Yeah, venue looked mint. And, but yeah, the kids just fucking made it impossible. Like, it just made it unplayable, and I felt so
did
shit
it
on
put you
him.
off your jokes though as well? Because
it's
like,
not even a case of like,
they?
did he put it off because the kids were like on the dance floor, like walking past you as you're doing it, and they actually made it their mission. I'll show you. I took a video of Harry, and they made a joke about how close can we get to the comic. So at one point they're just all like right fucking there, and yeah, man, it was just impossible.
Because they're waiting for you to start singing Agadoo.
Well, yeah, and I just felt fucking so shit on Matt. Because obviously he really wanted it to happen, but like, and I feel like it would have been good without the kids there, like because the crowd were into it. Like there wasn't, he didn't have his fucking grandma there or anything. Like it was all like fair, like people his age, and like when you did have them, you had them. But then it was just fucking impossible. The kids kept putting their hand up to me like, "Can I ask you a question?"
Oh, that's
and like they are adorable.
Yeah,
Harry said at one point, he goes, "Usually I'm dealing with coked up stags, and I'm just had a flower girl say hello. Like it's not what I'm used to." So it just made it fucking impossible, and I just felt so shitty on him.
But no refunds.
yeah, no refunds. Nah, he was such a good dude. He gave me a little bit more than the agreed fee and stuff. And I apologised afterwards. I was like, it was ropey, man. He was like, yeah, you told me it would be. You got paid. I've had a laugh. Who's asked?
Yeah,
like he's just such a good dude, man. And yeah, I've got a lot of time for him. But I was just so gutted about the kids. Like fucking, the kid asked me a question, and he goes, "Do you know who The Rock is?" I was like, yeah. He goes, "Do you know who John Cena is?" And I went, "I wish I couldn't see you at this point." Like, but that's the best you can do with that. Do you know what I mean? And there's only so many times. Like, I turned to the kid and I was like, "I'm not allowed within 10 feet of you. You're gonna have to go." But there's only so many times that's fucking funny before you run out of.
And
things
it's funny
you
to
can say.
everyone else, but not the kids. So the kids doesn't know that it's like a deterrent.
And then Carl Porter went on, and if you've ever seen Carl, he opened up my show in Manchester that I did last night. He's just so. like dynamic and like a character and stuff, and he shouts a lot and stuff like that, and the kids were the only ones that enjoyed him, so it was actually quite like the adults stared at him, because by that, but he went on last, and by that point they'd all checked out. They were all done. At one point a guy said, not too far away from me, to his mate, he goes, how long's this gonna go on for? While Carl was on. It was fucking horrible, man, but the kids were loving him. Because I actually turned to the kids before I introduced Carl, I was like, you guys are gonna love Carl. And then they did, like they really, what he's doing, he's like, go la 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 la. Like, they're absolutely loving it. But like watching him do, like I say, for the listeners that don't know who Carl is, they won't really get this, but watching Carl do his slow motion
really
bit
physical comedy, isn't it?
Watching him do the slow motion bit to complete silence was just fucking hilarious.
I can't imagine it. I've only ever seen him kill, to be fair.
Yeah, Carl's great, but it's just one of those things. It was
it's just, a wet. Yeah, you're victim of the circumstances. I did a 50th birthday party in Runcorn with Carl, and that was there's something about those gigs, you know, where you know it shouldn't really be a gig, but you know you're there and you've managed expectations. But there's something about doing them with people you like. Yeah, the humor. We felt like brothers in arms. Yeah. We're going into battle. Fucking all of us there with linking arms. Yeah. You'll be like fucking 60 years old and fucking matching tattoos. Like reminiscing about the good old days. We made it through, lads. Well, at one point, like I was just like, I kept sort of looking down at the kid, and I can't even stress to you. I'll show you the fucking picture that Harry took of me. The kid is about this far away from my feet, so I couldn't even move. Yeah. Like I couldn't actually move away. So I'm just sort of like, fuck it. I kept trying to like, because I walk around the stage a lot. Like I don't just stand in one fucking spot. I'm not Jimmy always
Carr.
Said that about you. Dynamic, baby. You never know where you're going to get. He's coming at you thick and fast with the funnies. Yeah. But then the fucking, what was I going to say now? Yeah, a guy goes, he just sort of shouts out, just ignore the kids. And I went, how? Because it's right there. They're right there. Just because you've been ignoring them since you were born. Like, what do you... They're right there. Yeah. And I'm talking about me dick. Like, what do you want from me? But that's it, though. People with kids are experienced at, like... you know, it's funny, like, at that Bodyworks museum. And I'm not... Where's this going? It was about happiness. That was the theme of it. First, kids, you've got 3 inches of extra dick inside you. Fucking hell, that can't be a soundbite. No one will watch... All the sound bites, I do the teaser, I do the episode. All the sound bites make you look bad and not me. We've been over this. It was themed. Sorry for coughing down the mic. It was themed on. I apologise for coughing. I have no qualms about eating the Snickers. Just carry on. You're a fucking idiot. It was all themed on happiness and like joy, and there was a bit about having kids. Like the displays were all about sort of reproduction and that, but there was like, you know, text around, and it said that people think statistically like that having kids improves happiness, but actually the stats are completely different. Like the happiness level, what you'd expect would shoot off, but it jumps right down. I could have told you that. It was, but yeah, that was like, I'm of a mindset right now where I don't think I'm going to have them, because I like... All my friends are having kids now. I think I've talked about this before. Yeah, you have. Yeah. I like the interacting with kids. They're dead cute and stuff. Don't fucking make it smutty. I can see you smiling like you're like... I'm just like, this has already been done on the pod before. All right. No, like the interacting with kids, like that's already been a soundbite on a previous episode. So you can't do that with it. But like, yeah, like I'm getting better at it. I mean, like I'm getting better at, like I was... Anyway, so I was... I was at a first birthday party. For me, Rebecca's mate's kid. No, sorry, it was his 3rd birthday party. And he was like loving it was the first birthday where he was fully aware it was his birthday. Do you know what I mean? I've been to the other parties and he's loving it. He's legging it round. There's a bouncy castle. Spider-Man came to the party. This guy came dressed as Spider-Man, did a flip, and all the kids are just on the bouncy castle, and I'm going... Did you fucking see that? Spider-Man just did a flip. Spider-Man walked in and I was like... Taking a little photo of it. Yeah. And he was just buzzing. It was his birthday, and he was the day had wound down. Everyone else had gone home, and we were still there chatting to his mum and dad and that. And he was like playing with his toy. Like I'm his uncle. He calls me Uncle Liam. How adorable is that, by the way? It's amazing. Yeah. And he's showing me like he's got this like fucking Spider-Man toy that shoots missiles, and he's shooting them at his dad just repeatedly. But I'm enjoying it, so I'm encouraging it, you know, like loading it, he's shooting them. But it bounces off his dad at one point, this missile, and goes across the room, and he decides he doesn't want to get it, and he's going to me like, go get that for me. And I thought, I don't want to let him boss me about, and I also don't want to get out my seat. So how do I manipulate this situation? And I was like, get what? He was like, that there, the blue thing. What blue thing? I can't see nothing. That there, that blue. What are you on about? Show me. And he went and got it and brought it back, and I was like, fucking yeah, I can do this fucking parenthood shit. Easy, lad. Easy. Just gotta fucking. And I was like, I wasn't smoking around the kid. I don't.
Sat there in 42's like, fucking, you're shit in bed, you. No, I'm not. Yeah, you're shit in bed, you girl. No, I'm not. Prove it.
Noted.
Oh God, no.
No sound bites. Another thing I wanted to say about that sort of party was there was a moment where Rebecca fucking did me dirty, man. She fucking did me dirty. There was a kid there, like a newborn baby, and he was being shown off, and he was dead cute. People asking questions about him, and they were just talking about him and his like the process of like, you know, giving birth and how stressful it was or whatever. And they go, they go, you know, typical fucking bunch of mums. But it was interesting, you know. I'm interested in it.
Sounds it.
And they were going, you know, we thought he was going to be a girl. You know, on the scan, like it was coming up for a while, he was going to be a girl, and that actually happened to me. Like my parents thought they were having a girl. My name was going to be Kimberly.
I've seen you throw a ball, to be fair.
Hey, we'll have none of that sexistness.
It's a friend's quote. That's what I was quoting.
Yeah, it was.
Have you seen him throw a ball?
And like my parents thought I was going to be a girl, and I mentioned that, and I went, you know, of course, my fucking huge chopper. There must have been an error with the scan that my huge chopper wasn't picked up, and then, you know, got a laugh, and they went, I noticed your wife's not defending you, and she went, yeah, funny joke, gets a laugh, proper laugh, and then she feels bad that she's like put me down in front of people. I'm laughing along with the joke. I made the joke, so then she starts apologising to me, but apologising to me in front of the people, and then that makes it look real. Do you know what I mean? She's going, sorry love, I didn't mean nothing by it, and I'm like, are you fucking we made a joke together. I fucking passed you the ball. Do you know what I mean? You ran with it, and now you're making me look like I have got a little dick. But now she knows about the penile route. Baby's got an extra third of dick.
What's the name of this episode? Just all about fractions or something?
Penile route. I don't think that'll. I think no, that
won't work. So yeah, that was Friday, doing the stag. Obviously,
good attitude about it though. He had a good attitude about it.
Yeah, not the stag, sorry, the wedding. Yeah, he's so sound, man. Like I say, he threw me a little bit more for doing it and stuff. And he's just such a generous guy. And I've got a lot of time for him. He was a star. And then yesterday, I did my work in progress in Manchester.
Fucking whippy long stockings over there. You fucking doing loads of them, aren't you, lad?
What?
Work in progress?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do promotion.
You're so delirious.
I never do promotion. I'm trying to do promo.
So I did my second work in progress, and fucking hell. Like, just, I don't know when this is going to go out. I've got another one at the same venue, and I think this may go out after. So I can probably fucking say it. I mean, they're not going to see this anyway, but fucking hell. I was meant to do it at Gulliver's.
Yeah.
In town, and it was meant to be on a nice civilised Thursday evening, just chilled. You've come home from work, you've had your tea, you've gone to see Aaron Wood work out his show. Oh, you had a great night. But then the venue fucking get in touch with me, and they've go, we've got an issue with with Gulliver's. We've got another venue directly across the road. It's called the Castle Hotel, and we can do the Sunday that week. Are you free? So I was like, yep, sound, no worries. I've gone down. What happened yesterday, Liam?
I was in Amsterdam.
That was notable. You don't have to. You don't have to be in this country to know. What happened?
I actually don't know.
Manchester City lifted the trophy.
Oh, are you fucking messing? Are you messing, lad?
No. So Manchester City lifted the trophy yesterday because we are on, what date are we on here? The 21st.
No, 21st. 22nd today.
22nd, yeah, my watch is wrong actually. 22nd. So they lifted the trophy yesterday. I've parked my car. I've got there for about 6 o'clock so I can set the room and stuff. Parked my car. And I'm not fucking
Sorry
kidding.
to cut you off. So is this before the gig? They've lifted the trophy, yeah.
Yeah, earlier that day.
Yeah.
They didn't time it for my gig.
Yeah.
Aaron Wood's about to go on
When's he
stage
on?
at 8. Yeah.
Yeah, the dickhead had to change venue.
So I've parked up and I've got out of my car, and all I can hear immediately is just City, champions. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
They love it, lad. It's religion. It's religion.
Hey, get a fucking life. What's wrong with you? Like, oh my God, they don't even know you exist. Grow up. Fuck me. Obviously, if you're a football fan, whatever. But even like, there was football fans at the gig yesterday who were like, they're fucking gimps, them. Do you know what I mean? Like, just fucking sort your life out. I've parked up and then got back in my car and was just like, so you just like need to have like 5 minutes. And I sat back in my car and then I've gone to the venue. Venue staff don't have a fucking Scooby what they're doing. They just opened the door to like the room that I was in.
There you go.
And then just went, yeah, go in. And there was like 8 chairs in there. And I was like, I thought it was like a 35 capacity. Have you got more chairs? And she was like, well, how many do you need? I was like, well, I sound like no, but like the gig's sold out, and like, yeah, I could do with all of them really if it like at capacity or whatever. So she was like, right, all right, yeah, no worries. And then they've gone and got chairs and just dumped them in the room, and then I had to set them out. Yeah. And then I was like, the sound system, can we do like do you know how that works and stuff? And the guy literally goes, I went, do you know how the sound system works? And he goes, no. No.
I admire the pause though. I could try, like you thought
I'm
for a
still
second.
in character here. I'm not done. I'm not done. You're talking, but I'm not done. And this isn't a dig at you, because you're right to talk, because this is how long the pause was between.
Fuck off,
I went, do you know how the sound system works? And he goes, no. And then I was just like,
I lived in that.
Yeah. And then I was just like, well, me neither. Does anyone? Because like, I don't work here. So I was like, does anyone know how it works? And he was like, can try and find someone.
Try?
And he stared at me like this again. And I went, yeah, if you could, yeah. He's like, right, all right, yeah, I'll go and get someone. Went and got someone. Didn't have a fucking Scooby how the sound system worked. They just turned it on, and then they couldn't adjust the levels on it. No matter what they did, the levels just wouldn't adjust. So we had one volume, and that was it. And regardless of how softly spoken I was or whatever, you just had to put up with it. Thankfully, it was at a decent volume. By the by, anyway. So yeah, man, like it just seemed to be one thing after another as well. Like they couldn't get the lighting right. Everything was just sort of going wrong. And by this point,
before
it's like
the show, so it's all adding up in your head.
Yeah, and I was just getting more and more stressed. And then it gets to about 7:20 and people start arriving and stuff, and like not everyone showed up that had a ticket. Fuck you, I've still got your money. It's annoying though, because like people were on a waiting list. Yeah, like, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I've got loads of fans, but like people are like, you can join a waiting list on Skiddle if something's sold out, and I didn't fucking see it. And obviously people didn't tell me if they weren't coming and stuff. Some people did or whatever, but like obviously City lifting the trophy, it was 22 degrees outside, people weren't showing up, and that's fine.
Yeah.
People start arriving, and then out of nowhere, just an absolute fucking tour bus of City bellends just come into the venue.
City.
Quite literally, I'm gonna slide in a piece from the show where I'm sat on a stool, I'm doing a bit in the show, and I go to say something, and then I just stop and I just pause, and all you can hear is like champion, and it's like unbelievable. The gig was almost unplayable, and I'm gonna slide it into the episode, so I'll just fucking mute us at this point. I responded to my dad. I didn't know what to say. I responded to him now. And they changed a couple of my stats for fucking saying. How do the staff not think anything is wrong with that? I'm sat here on a stool being like, hey guys, my childhood was rocked. You've got fucking all these divorced dads that don't see their kids just out there just fucking being exactly what I'm talking about.
Question. What's this? Are you in a separate room and you're hearing this from an adjacent room?
Yeah.
And so they're not in the fucking
No, they're not in the room. No,
but you're still hearing. You're still hearing.
But like, it was like the nosebleed was just unbelievable. Like I say, I've slid it in. You probably already heard it by this point. And you're just like, what can you even fucking do about it? I went out to the venue staff and was like, is there anything we can do about that? And he was like, well, not really. It's a Manchester City bar, and yeah, they lifted the trophy today. I'm like, oh, did they? Oh, is that what all this is? Why are you speaking to me like I'm a fucking idiot? I know they are, and I understand that this is a bar or whatever, but also I've hired the venue off you,
yeah.
and I've got people that have bought tickets, and it's not fucking fair to them. Just because you guys are obsessed with football, it doesn't mean they are. Like, put me upstairs, put me in a different room, figure something out. Like, what are we doing?
It's not like you're being a prima donna, because these people who've come out to see the show have paid.
Yeah.
And they have a right, as a venue, if you're putting on a show that is ticketed, regardless of whether or not you're invested in that show yourself, because obviously, you know, it's your show, you're the one who's turned up to do it. People have paid money to come to your venue. It's not going to do well for you if they have a bad experience because of your mismanagement.
It's 6 of one, half dozen the other, because ultimately that venue's 35 capacity, and they got more, like that room that I was in, and they got more in the other room, and they're spending loads of money. The people that I've got in that room are only going to the bar in a break.
Yeah.
So they're going to the bar 3 times while they're there. They're spending probably 15 quid each. These are spending 15 quid every 10 minutes. So like, I do get it, but also like, just fuck it, what are we doing? Like, they just weren't fucking bothered. She was like, oh, I can try and have a word with them. But I was like, that's just going to make it work. Like, I don't know what, because they're just going to know there's a show next door then, and then they're going to try and be louder and stuff. So
I think you're a United fan and fill you in.
Yeah, they were just fucking, it became impossible. And I swear to God, I have never been more stressed and had more anxiety on stage in my entire fucking life.
Really,
Beth
man?
came to the show, and I said to her, I was like, how was it? What do you think of the show? And she was like, the show's good, but like, I was worried about you. It's like, it wasn't you. And Harry Stakini came down, and I asked him to make notes and stuff like I did with you from Landudno one, because sometimes you're sitting so close to the show that you can't see it. Can't see the wood for the trees sort of thing. So I was like, just take some notes, give me some feedback. No. Write that down. So I was just like, just give me some feedback, let me know. And it was just like, above all else, you just need to relax. And I was sweating my tits off. And I've never been more fucking stressed in my life. It's like one of my first time like Landudno was one thing. They didn't have a fucking Scooby who it was. People, while we're on the topic, fucking shout out Joel Fielding. Does that name mean anything to you?
Yeah, I've seen that name.
Yeah, because he bought merch and he wore a fucking hoodie to the show last night.
Sick.
My head fell off. That's the first time that's happened. What a fucking guy, man. Yeah. He came on his own because maybe his mate dropped out or something, and he was just such a good dude, man.
Sick. That's boss.
It's fucking class. I didn't even notice. Beth said it, and I was like, I posted that because he just came and I was like, "Hey mate, all right, what's your name?" sort of thing, and he said the name, and I just didn't put 2 and 2 together that he'd bought the merch. I didn't notice the hoodie, but yeah, and then just so
your head
cool.
was in the show at the time.
Yeah. So that was
sick.
cool. But the point being, this is so like it's sold to pod fans and people that have seen me before, and I was like so fucking stressed, and I was like, the show went well. There's work to do on it, like, but more structurally, like, the bits work. And I did 56 minutes.
Yeah.
Like, the show was only going to be 45. I was just trying to flesh everything out and stuff. And like, there's stuff that needs to be cut and there's stuff that I'll add and whatever. But it's more the structure than anything else that needs work. And the show went really good, and I was really pleased with it. But I just couldn't fucking
enjoy it or relax.
Yeah, like Joel actually messaged me because I asked for feedback on stage, like, if there's any immediate feedback, just drop me a message sort of thing in what you thought of it. Like, there's no wrong answers. I won't be offended. It's all just to help me. If there's any bits where I lost you or you weren't feeling it, let me know. And Joel messaged me and he said he loved the show, but I lost him about 3 times, but only because of the bell ends outside. Like, it ruined the show in many ways. Like, I was doing like the fucking bit at the end, which obviously you've seen, and all you can hear in the pauses is just men fucking screaming. And oh my God, the fact that I don't like football made it so much worse.
I think
imagine I was a United fan though. Imagine I loved it and I was a United fan or a Liverpool fan or something.
Like crying on your knees.
So I
feel for you, man.
I felt my anxiety was through the roof, and I watched it back today and was constantly like, I was sweating so much. I'm like wiping my face constantly, and I don't look comfy at all. And
I know what it's like to play a gig when the footy's on. And I know what it's like to have that nosebleed. I know what it's like to try and wrangle focus because there's other stuff going on nearby. What I don't know is that what I can say about my experiences in that situation. In my mind, I've gone, well, this is fucked, and it's not on me, and I'm just one of the people on tonight, and I'll just get through it. I'll get off. I'll go home. I won't be happy about it, but this is your work in progress. It means a lot to you because you want to work on it. You've put this show together. You're happy with it, but you're not like, it's not like it's finished. You want an opportunity to work on it. And you can't if you fucking, what is it, like not crowd control, but you've got fucking extra hazards going on around you.
The main issue is that I couldn't hear myself think, and when it's a work in progress, you're only thinking about the bit that's coming next. Now you can add to it and add tags to it, and like in Landudno, I added so many fucking tags that barely happened yesterday.
Because you weren't free in your mind.
I didn't
you were like,
have any time to. It was like to the people that obviously don't do it and stuff. It's sort of. But I woke up not even woke up. Like last night after I was so fucking exhausted.
Yeah.
And at one point, like I felt so tense. And I've got a bit in the show where I just put the mic down by the side. You've seen it. And I literally, like, my wrist was like in fucking agony because the whole time I'd been holding the mic so like just tense.
It.
Yeah. Like because it don't weigh anything.
Wankers
like,
cramp.
Yeah. All the wankers are outside the door being knobheads. But like they're poking their head in as well. Like they're opening the door. Like I had Harry and Carl sat next to the door like fucking doorman, and then we had like a fucking
City.
Literally, that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. Fucking just impossible. Yeah, and like I didn't want it. I waited till like nothing happened. I was like, "You all right, mate? Yeah," and then just let them leave. Because if I take the piss or I give it them back or we have a back and forth, then they're all coming in, and it just becomes fucking impossible.
Shoes lashed at you.
Yeah, and so there's size 9 at your head.
Have a crock, you dickhead.
And what was I going to say? My wrist was just in so much. I just felt so tense, and like the whole time. I mean, I know I've been going to the gym.
Yeah,
mentioned it a couple of episodes ago.
Fucking.
You know what I mean? But not enough to just be tensing everywhere I go. And like my wrist was just in fucking agony. And it was just. So I'll show you the video afterwards, and obviously the listeners will have already heard it because I slide it in. But like, it sounds like I'm just being a prima donna, but I can't. It was. I can't even.
You don't want to
you.
show that you as well. You don't want to be like showing that it's doing your head in, because you want to when you're on stage, you've got to fucking give this like you know, I'm in control, and you can't be in control when that's going on. Can you?
It was bothering me at one stage, and I'd mentioned it, and then I just made a conscious effort. But I'm not even going to respond to it.
Yeah,
because like you've got to acknowledge it so that the crowd knows that like, listen, I'm sorry, I did not know this was going to happen, sort of thing. But then it was just getting to a point where like, okay, right, how much worse am I going to make the show by constantly acknowledging it? Yeah. Like they're not going to enjoy it because I'm not doing it properly. So the show went good, the bits work, and I'm pleased with where it is. But fucking hell, like it was just fucking impossible.
Well, how fucking. I feel obviously I feel for you, my mate, and I feel for you, but we also have that relationship where like a part of me's like, how funny would it have been if it was your first show that's like had a few pod fans come in and you fucking cried on stage? I fucking love that, mate.
I mean, if I'm crying, it's got really bad, hasn't it? It's really upset me that they're out there. I would be a United fan. That's the only way I would cry over it. Like it's so poetic. It's like
the fans, you're just lying on the floor crying. The fans come and lift you like a fucking scarf.
But when you take the piss out of fans, you always go City, City, and that's like literally what they were like.
Yeah.
So fucking stupid.
But congratulations. No, fuck that. Actually, I'm from Liverpool. Yeah, fucking rescinded.
Yeah. Just made it impossible. But the show was fun. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, and the crowd were just fucking great. The fact they just didn't let it affect the show. None of them were like turning round and stuff, and like no one was like verbally complaining about it. They just all went, yeah, he can't do anything about it. Let's just not worry about it. And yeah, the crowd were fucking class.
Sick.
Really nice audience and stuff. The next day in Manchester is on the 25th of June. Let's hope that no one wins anything that day. Fucking hell.
I know, lad.
It's the fact that it was meant to be on a Thursday as well, which annoys me more. And fucking.
But as well, a Sunday, like, it's a pretty chill. You wouldn't expect nothing to go on. But you would also think that a City bar would know that, like, you know, one of the last matches of the season's coming on. They're doing well. They're gonna. Chances are they're gonna.
Changed a month ago.
Do you know what I mean? They'd know. Yeah.
They're just like the venue made it dead obvious. They just weren't fucking bothered. Do you know what I mean? Like when I went out to ask her, she didn't do anything about it and stuff. But I don't know what she could do. Like it's just, like I say, is 6 of one after and the other. I was throwing my teddies out and I was annoyed about it. But ultimately, she can't close the bar because I've got 35 people in.
Yeah,
that are going to spend.
That would have been great as well.
$10 each or whatever.
If the fucking if all the audience heard you fucking screaming at the staff behind a closed door, you not knowing there was a nosebleed, could you imagine? Like you're fucking fuming, giving it to them like you've done nothing to help me. This is a bunch of shite, and then you're like, "Hey, everybody, I'm Aaron Wood," like trying to be done. They're like, "He's a fucking arsehole
and stuff." But like this, that's what's more annoying. Like when Like, listen, I know you don't like your job, and that's fine, but I'm not the issue here. I'm not being I'm not being a dickhead. I'm speaking to you nicely, and I'm treating you with respect, and I'm just not getting it back. It's not my fault that you
you
don't
can't
like.
be arsed because you're checked out.
Like, I've not been a knob.
Yeah.
Your issues with your boss.
And that's exactly what I said to the prostitute in a red light district.
God. We should wrap this up. 25th of June in Manchester. I don't know when this is going out. It might be a little bit before then. It might be a little bit after, in which case I hope you enjoyed the show if you did come down. No, I think it's going to be before. That's if the fucking venue still has me.
Yeah. It was sick. Everyone lifted Aaron up at the end of the gig.
Yeah, come down. The show's cooking a little bit. It's just the structure and stuff that I need to figure out, but that's all.
That's part of it. That's what you're figuring out.
Yeah, and Harry and Carl did belter support slots and stuff, so it was great. I just quite hope literally City doesn't win anything ever again.
Oh, we've just lost fans. Same applies to Liverpool. I just thought I'd been all bridges while we were at it, lad.
Yeah,
I love footy. Go sports team.
Yeah, there'll be City fans being like, "Oh, fucking show, mate! Fucking, we won the we won that thing. We've won loads before. It was a big deal." Shut up.
He's over it. He's over it.